So here's something I haven't done in a long time. Record a New Comic Book Day video on New Comic Book Day. And I'm actually going to try to get this uploaded tonight. I want to see about what I picked up and a little bit more talk about CGC, CBCS. Trying to stay, I'm going to go more towards neutral now. Stick around. Welcome back, family. Thank you again for joining me yet again. I'm going to ask in advance to don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, and notifications, and everything that there's an icon for, except for the one that has that little nuclear explosion, because that actually will blow up my collection. I don't want you to hit that one. I know there's people out there going, "Where is that? I'd love to do that." So anyway, yeah, I actually got to the comic book store on New Comic Book Day. Actually, when they opened, and there was a crowd of people, and it felt so good to be surrounded by other comic book people, even though my boss didn't know I was there. I had to do something in the area, and it was 2.9 miles away, and I'm like, I'm swinging by. I'm just picking up my books. So, what did I get? Hey. All right, so I was able to pick up Variant Edition, and it's just because I love the cover, and this was one of my pre-orders, was Shang-Chi #1. I love the cover because it really spoke to me of the Mandarin, the Legend of the Ten Rings, and I'm like, man, I hope that they fix what they messed up in Iron Man 2, or 3, sorry, 2 wasn't much better. I was able to pick up both copies, the original number 4, both variants, right, A and B of Stray Dogs. I ordered those in advance. I wanted to get those, and I also ordered this version, because I picked the other one up off this, the Immortal Hulk #1, Time of Monsters. And this, I don't know, I'm really interested. I want to see where this goes. And while I was there, I saw the Variant Edition, so I grabbed that one too. The rest of the books I picked up right off the shelf, and got to talk to other people. And they got, Back-to-Back Comics, they got back that Golden Age submission and oh man, I promised him, he hasn't picked prices yet. I'm looking at like, dude, if I got that, that would be personal collection and go in my casket. Okay. And I told people, I said, can I take some pictures? He said, not yet. I'm like, okay. I said, but I'm going to refer to this. I'm going to talk about the fact that you got them and wet their whistles a little bit. But hopefully next week he'll let me take some pictures and discuss the prices and the grades and the books that he got, which were just, oh man, it was so cool. It was so cool. I loved it. So picked up Silk #1, second printing. I just wanted to pick up one copy because, you never know which second, third, 12th print are going to explode. And sometimes you just, you bite the bullet and say, this has a chance, $4. Okay. I did get Nottingham #3. Really, really good story. I'm liking this one. Let's see if the kid's going with #3. I haven't read any of them yet. I'm sorry. This one I have no idea. I just saw the book and I'm not used to seeing this much red on a cover. So it's called The Red Room by Ed Pisker, The Antisocial Network, which is right up my alley. So anytime if I see fantastic first issue, especially self-contained first issue, banned in 5 countries. Well, the United States was not one of them. And since I picked up a couple copies of this last week, and I saw they still had them on the shelf, so I bought 2 more copies of Time Before Time #1. I've heard a few people talking about this and getting good reviews on the storyline on this, so maybe this one will be an optioned one someday. Who knows? I wanted to pick up. They had the ICW, there was the new all pink Turtles book, came out super thick. I gotta pause and look it up for you. I'm sorry, I can't. Okay, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Best of Splinter #1. Yeah, it's like an all pink with like a negative space Splinter on the front. And as much as Turtles explode, I figured I'll pick up a copy. I could not find one copy. And this has nothing to do with back-to-back, okay? They did not do this. But every single copy was like destroyed on the corners. And I know when you get to the thicker pages and the thicker books that they have problems cutting, and sometimes you get that little fuzz on the corner. I call it a bunny tail. This was like way past that. Okay, and every book was destroyed on these two cutting edges. What the heck? There was even though whomever you send it to for grading might say, okay, we're not going to take off for that because it's a manufacturing defect, and we'll still give it a 9.8. If you were buying that book and you saw those corners absolutely destroyed, would you want that book? Even if it said 9.8, that's one of those real examples where it does not present well. So what I'm letting you know, though, is if you're at your comic book shop, John at Back to Back said that 90% of the copies that came in were heavily, heavily damaged, and for those two corners. And apparently this is something that the ICW, they struggle with, and these thicker books struggle with, and it's like a double storm for them. If you're at your comic book shop and you see a good copy, and I mean really look at these corners, if they're a decent copy even, forget good, if it's a decent copy, this might be like one of those Kanto books that down the line has a very low population at a 9.8 because of manufacturing problems. So just everybody, keep your eyes out for that. So speaking of grades, let's have another little round. I want to get back a little bit more into the CGC CBCS thing. And I want to talk about two specific points. And one is, I have found that if you are a CGC supporter, which is fine, you have very little tolerance for anybody that puts CGC down or says that somebody else's is good. There are a lot of CBCS supporters that also will feel offended if you say that CGC's grading is as good or whatever. But on a whole, it seems that people that are not CGC fans are more tolerant of CGC fans than vice versa. So it seems like people that are CGC fans they get angry when you even suggest that somebody else might be good. And I don't know if that's because they're trying to protect the value of their own collection. Very possible. Even if I don't think that CGC's collections will go down in price. Okay, if you have a $1,000 book at a 9.8 and it's CGC and the CBCS equivalent sells for $850, if we level the playing field, I don't think CGC is coming down to $850. I think CBCS is going to go up to $1,000. Okay, I think that we're going to try to eliminate the monopoly and give people more options. And that's all I'm really trying to do with this is I've had my problems with CBCS. They're not a perfect company. Nobody is a perfect company. Every company has their flaws or their skeletons in their closet or their pricing issues or their delays. Nobody's perfect. If there was a perfect company, we'd all be going to them. But we all have to watch our P's and Q's when it comes to money. We all have to watch for the books that get damaged. We all want to get books that if we are going to flip them, that we can get them graded and returned in a timely fashion without having to pay extreme amounts of expedite fees. I mean, I heard that walkthrough used to be same-day service at CGC is now at 4 days for a walkthrough. Well, that's kind of more like a crawl through at that point. What ticked me off was my February submission, okay? When it first got received, it had a turnaround time listed at, I think, 38 days. So I did the math, 38 days, 5 days per week, because I don't work Saturday, Sunday, 7.5 weeks. So when it got to 7.5 weeks, I checked to see its progress, expecting it to see, that should be the time they're mailing it back, if they were accurate. And it says no, now it says turnaround time 57 days. Okay, you usually had it 4 weeks. 37 to 57 is 20 days. 5 days per week is 4 weeks. Did the math again. Mid-May, it should be at least graded and getting ready for shipment. I go on and check Monday. Still showing and receiving. I go on and check current turnaround times. 82 days. What the heck? My books have been in your location and you knew that your turnaround time was supposed to be 37 days when you received it. It's not like, what happened that they got more books in and they got pushed ahead of mine? Did all the grading break down? Did they get a ton of pre-screens with walkthrough prices? I don't know. Mine got pushed back from their original quoted time. Now what's going to happen when they get to 82 days? I'm going to look on, see receiving, and now it's up to 105. That's one of the things that makes a lot of people upset with CGC is, you want to raise prices, but we don't feel that this customer service is, we don't feel like we're being taken care of. So I would have preferred if back in February when they received it, they said it's going to be 115 days. We're that backlogged. That's what we're expecting. And then even if you got it to me in 105, I would have been like, cool, they got it back faster. Okay, then I'm going to get it. No, I'm not. I'm going to get it. No, I'm not. I'm going to get it. No, I'm not. That's kind of the way a lot of people feel right now. Hopefully there's somebody from CGC that's watching this going, oh, dude, I think they're pissed. So anyway, there is another thing that CBCS has that when I was doing my top 50 comics, I actually forgot about this one that I just picked it up. And it's a grade, but not slab. Okay, I believe the fee is $15, which is less than any of the grades. But let's just say you've got a book. It's a raw. I got my time before time. And this is not a pre-screen. I wouldn't do this for a book like this. But I would do that for a book like this. Submariner #1. Okay? Now with this, I'm going to show you. See? One of the things that CBCS does is they will grade the book, but not encapsulate it. Don't get me wrong. You can read it. You could read those. You could crack it open. They also put stickers on the back. Now they're like holographic stickers, and very, very stuck on here. So if you were to rip them off, you'd get. Well, I assume you would get some kind of damage on the sticker. I'm not going to try it, but it's in Mylar, so you still have it in a raw, and you get to know what the grade is before paying for encapsulation. Which on this one, by the way, was a 3.0. Does not say what color the pages were. I can guarantee the pages are not white. It's got like a tape stain up here. It has a color break crease going from here to here. I definitely had the whole front. I just wanted a Submariner #1. Come on. That's one of the best years, man. You had Iron Man, you had Captain America, you had the Iron Man and Submariner book, which predated both of them. You had Submariner #1. Great year in comics, 1968. Someday I'll get them all. But what you can do at this point now is if you decided, you know what, I want to get this put in encapsulation, you can send it to them, and I believe it goes straight. It doesn't get regraded. Okay, so it's not like, oh, I got a 3, I hope I don't send it to them and get a 2.5. No, it goes straight to encapsulation. It might even be faster. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. Should be, because it doesn't have to get graded. But they'll take it out. They'll scan. This is part of their census. It's got the barcode on it and the serial number, so it's good. They'll go right into encapsulation, get the same grade and everything else. But it's a good way that if you have definitely a mid-grade book, and you're like, well, I can't pre-screen this because it's only going to be like a 5, and I don't have 25 of these, but I just want to know what the grade is, and I don't want to spend $50. And you could do this at the shows too, by the way, when CBCS is there. So for $15, they'll put it in Mylar with the backing board and holographic stickers that seal the evidence stickers, I guess you'd say, and the grade with the serial number and everything else on it. So it's a cute little thing that you can have there. By the way, I will have that one encapsulated. I don't care if it is a 3. I like it. And isn't that what comic books is all about? So anyway, this is rambling on a little bit too long. I'm already at 15 minutes? No, I'm getting too loud. Sorry. I got to remember not to put my mouth up against the microphone. 13 minutes and change, plus the intro, 15. Plus, I just got to remind everybody to please, we're almost at 400. Okay, so what I need you to do is go on to the 400 subscriber video, which here's the link for. Okay, you're going to watch the video, click like, make sure that you're subscribed, and make a comment on that video. When I hit 400, I will draw a random comment from that, get the information, and mail you first appearance of Mr. Sinister. Okay, thank you so much. Don't forget to smash like on this one. But as always, I'm out.